And welcome back to the final segment here on Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes. And we saved the best for last.
We did. It is the Thunder and Lightning division. It's the fastest cars you're going to see at Evergreen Speedway all year. The Granite Super Sprint Car Series. Boys and girls, if you've never seen one of these mechanical marvels up close, they're absolutely amazing. 14 cars getting ready to put on one whale of a main event for you. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and if you like what you see, you can come back here next week, July 3rd. They will be back. So mark that on your calendar. If you like what you see, as you can hear them right now. Some of the baddest cars you will see at Evergreen Speedway. On the front row, we got the 4 of Greg Mittendorf. It is outside the 44 of Todd Coleman, sponsored by Fleet Service.
Row number 2, the 41 of Thomas Richardson, the Woodinville Import Auto Repair Sprinter. Next to him, Randy Dubois in the Geico-sponsored number 7D.
In row number 3, we got the 9 of Jay Dishnew, sponsored by First Line Systems, Inc., and is outside the 95 of Reese Getz, sponsored by Great Western Transport.
Go to row number 4. We've got Jake Mann's 8 car, sponsored by First Line Systems, Inc., and the feature winner last time, the sprint cars were out, Troy DeCare in the First Line Systems, Inc.'s number 41D from Tampa, Florida.
We got the 36 of Jason Thomas, sponsored by Isaacson Dozing, and is outside the 12 of Cameron Neisinger, sponsored by Granite Construction.
Row behind them, it's the midget ace, Tony Seidelman in a sprint car in the Pam and John Gidlin sponsored number 63. Next to him, the dirt ace, Chase Getz, the First Line Systems Inc.'s number 91. He's Skagit Speedway's defending track champion.
And then we got the 19 Chase Sabato in the First Line Systems Inc. car, and to his outside, the 69, the young Chloe Hudson, sponsored by Happy Valley Trucking.
This is a loaded field of cars as you watch them wind up down the back straightaway into 3. The start line is that white line coming even off of corner 4, and let the thunder begin.
Yeah, and they are the fastest cars, like you said, that you'll see at the 3/8 mile oval here at Evergreen Speedway. Troy DeCare going way wide, trying to make his own groove out there, but they are hauling down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Looks like it's going to be Greg Mittendorf leading the first lap.
Don't blink, folks. These 30 laps are going to go awfully quick. Mittendorf out in front, Coleman second, Dubois sits in the 3rd spot, but Dubois is under fire here early for that position.
Yeah, we saw Chance Crum get in that 41 car that Richardson is driving last year and be very successful in it, so we know that car is very fast, but we got a lot of very fast cars still a few rows back trying to save their stuff and work their way forward.
Yep, so the battle you're watching right now, Dubois 7D and Richardson's 41. That is a race for 3rd. Right in behind him, Troy DeCare's 41 just shuffles past the Panda. Reese Getz for the position, so make DeCare up into 5th, and he's advanced nicely early for him.
Yeah, these Michael Newman cars are very fast. Right there you saw DeCare, one of them, gets another one of them. I think they have 6 cars in the field. They are all very fast, and it's all Greg Mittendorf up front with Todd Coleman. As you see the camera shaking just from the pure thunder of these cars that they make. And if you never experienced a sprint car race in person, you need to come out to Evergreen Speedway next week, July 3rd, and check them out. As DeCare putting a dive bomb move in on Richardson.
And makes the pass. So DeCare now up into your top 4. He'll try to track down Randy Dubois here in the mid stages of the race as we're 5 in, 25 to go. Something to mind you here now while we're running the sprint cars, before the sun has gone all the way down, that track surface is still a little bit warm, and you do kind of have to pedal your tire. You can't just go all the way early in an asphalt sprint car. Tire management does play a little bit of a factor in this.
Yeah, and when I talked to Troy DeCare after the last race, these ones are only 30-lap main events. He's used to running a lot longer lapped main events, and so he doesn't quite know how to save his stuff or really preserve his stuff for that short of a race. So he's struggling with trying to figure out how to attack these 30-lap short little sprint-style races as he closes in on Randy Dubois for that final spot on the podium with 22 laps, now 21 laps remaining. Randy Dubois, last year's champion, looking good.
Dubois leaving just a little bit of a lane open going into 1 and coming off of 4, but Dubois getting away from him on corner exit to 2. You can see Dubois stretch it there. Now DeCare really narrowing that gap to the 3rd and 4th corner. So quickly, we're down to 20 laps to go. Like I said, blinking you're going to miss it. The sprint cars go fast.
Yeah, they are taking these laps off very quickly as Troy DeCare kind of struggling to catch Randy Dubois. Randy Dubois doing a very good job of holding pace in front of last race winner Troy DeCare out of Tampa, Florida. Greg Mittendorf still up front. Todd Coleman second. Oh no, we got a car around off of turn number 2 or 4, might I say. That is Jake Mann in the 8. Looks like a right rear tire went down which spun him around. So maybe just missed the setup a little bit, as we're going to take a look at the replay coming off the corner and just had that tire go right down in front of a couple of his teammates, actually. So luckily no one else was involved, but tough break there for Jake Mann.
Well, this segment in this series brought to you by Granite Construction, the proud sponsor of our Super Sprint Car Series, and they're approaching their 100th year in business. Granite Construction's an award-winning company and great place to work. Find your dream job today at graniteconstruction.com.
And we are very happy to have Granite Construction on board. They helped us with the repave a few years ago on this 3/8 mile, which allows these sprint cars to go so fast as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. It is still Middendorf and Coleman, and what a run from Troy DeCare on the outside as he tries to get the one. We got carnage behind him. Couple cars going around. Looked like a Seidelman to the inside through the dirt and Richardson to the outside. So tough break there. That looked like it could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, everyone's still all 4 tires down. We're going to take a quick little replay at it.
Yeah, you get a look at the full field going into the corner, and then all of a sudden, wow, it's like Richardson just kind of snapped around and went off into the green grass in turn number 2. Let's get a second look at it. Front of that car started coming. It just kind of fishtailed in and around, and that could have been a lot worse as no further damage going.
Yeah, it looked like almost 2 different incidents between him and Seidelman, both just getting loose on their own right there. Coming right at your camera once again. These cameras have been getting quite a handful of action of cars coming right at them.
Yeah, they've caught quite a bit here on the CW11 on Home Track Heroes. A big break there for Middendorf. Middendorf almost just got snookered on that restart, not only by Coleman, but by DeCare as well, going up to the very, very top shelf. We'll see if the 4-car of Middendorf changes his strategy at all.
Yeah, Troy DeCare almost making a complete another racing groove out there on the outside of 1 and 2. We'll see if he's able to do it again here. Coming to the restart line, it is Greg Middendorf putting the hammer down on the loud pedal. And there goes Troy DeCare, shot out of a cannon once again. As oh no, we got a car off in turn number 1. That looked like it was the 69 of Chloe Hudson. Yep, there she is coming to a rest in the dirt. We'll try to see if we have any replays of that unfortunate break for Chloe, coming off of actually a win over at State Line Speedway, going down into turn number 1 and just out of frame, but she missed the corner. Possibly a wheel hop maybe?
Could be.
So we're going to actually ride on board with her right here and just gets over the right rear tire of Jake Mann, who just replaced that shoe not too long ago after he cut it down. But whoops, there we see her coming back out on track after that incident. So good to see her be able to keep the car rolling.
So something to think about here. Todd Coleman is a veteran of the asphalt sprint car wars around the state of Washington, Oregon. He's traveled some quite a bit. Fool me once, shame on you. You know how the rest of the saying goes. He's now seen DeCare go outside and loop him twice going into 1. I wonder if Todd is thinking about a pretty drastic strategy change to not let Troy get that far out and around him and pass him in the corner.
We'll see what he does this time. Looks like he waited a little bit longer before he cut down in the corner, but that didn't really stop Troy as he tries to carry the momentum around the corner, but it looks like Coleman making all that he can out of that. A little bit higher line on the restart. Middendorf, the big loser.
Toddco actually put in a Shaver 410 in that car this year and adjusting to figuring out how to get the power down to the surface. Him and DeCare now on a breakaway. You can see DeCare sparking up a storm. Yeah. Looking to find his way around Coleman.
Yeah, that's a big bump there going into turn number 3, but they are battling hard. That is no light work for Todd Coleman to hold off Troy DeCare, as anyone in the nation could know what Troy DeCare can do. He is a very well-known driver anywhere you go, especially when it comes to these asphalt sprint cars. So very well done for Todd Coleman to hold him off this early on.
Well, not just that, but he's a technician within the car himself. He's actually the owner of a shock company, so he understands a little bit more about suspension and how to get the car to squat, grab, spring where he wants it to right now. It's just another one of the things that DeCare brings to the program, as right now he's trying to chase down Todd Coleman. Coleman putting Hudson down a lap at the halfway point of this feature.
Yeah, I think maybe Troy put a lot of pressure on that restart since he was there trying to get the first place away. Now he's just sizing up Todd Coleman, maybe saving his tires a little bit more, and going to try to mount a charge here, another 13 laps or so as we have 14 remaining. Randy Dubois sitting nice, comfortable in 3rd. Looks like a pair of Getz brothers behind him in 4th and 5th.
Chase and Reese, the 2 Getz brothers, trying to become factors in this. We'll flash back and get a look at the asphalt sprinters of the 2 brothers. Chase, the younger brother, Reese, the older, as Reese looking to the inside.
Yeah, the Panda trying to get on through. Looks like maybe Chase just not quite comfortable in the corners, maybe missed the setup a little bit. Just doesn't like he can get the car to rotate quite as he wants as the Panda goes flying in there a little bit sideways.
It's one of those deals where Chase, a talented enough driver that within these cars you can kind of make them handle a little bit better by proper application of a talented right foot. We've seen him win track titles in this state in midgets and in sprint cars, at least on the dirt side of things. Now giving her a run at the asphalt sprints, looking awfully good here in this main event.
And we're going to go back up front as Todd Coleman has side-by-side lap traffic right in front of him. That's Chloe Hudson and Chase Sabato. We'll see how they're able to approach this as the leaders try to attack. Troy DeCare getting held up a little bit by Chloe Hudson that time.
Todd's got to get past Sabato and not waste any time. The more lap cars he can put between himself and DeCare, the better, although Sabato kind of does the gentlemanly thing, doesn't stay in the racing line. DeCare gets by with ease as we're under 10 to go. In fact, we're down to 8 to go this time by. Todd Coleman looking for the feature win. Troy DeCare looming, though.
Yeah, we'll see what DeCare has learned these last 10 laps or so running behind Todd Coleman and see what he's able to apply to get around that 44. And Randy Dubois, he's not quite out of the picture yet. You'll see with these sprint cars, they can have a decent gap between the cars. But in all reality, it's just the driver saving their equipment, and they're able to hunt them down fairly quickly as we see that gap close between first and second.
Could very well be. Also, the handling on these cars drastically changes, not just with tire wear, but with fuel load burn off, as they burn a lot of fuel per lap. If they're filling up the entire 28-gallon tail tank in this thing, they're going to be down at 5 gallons maybe if it goes green to checkered, maybe even less if you've got a number of caution laps, and that takes a lot of weight off. A gallon of fuel in this is darn near 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So imagine losing all that weight in the back of your race car.
And there we see Chase Sabato going off the track now. Pulling off the track on the 5/8 mile, but look at up front. That is Troy DeCare really closing in the gap on Todd Coleman, still picking up cars and putting them down. But that is a very, very narrow gap, just 3 laps remaining.
Coleman needs to get past the lap car quickly, as you don't want to follow a sprint car. The air behind him, very turbulent. And DeCare making the lane change going up top. He's got a run on Todd, and he has got the lead, and he gets the door closed going into 1.
What a move from Troy DeCare to dive bomb going into turn number 1 across Todd Coleman's nose. And I think that lap car of Seidelman was just all Troy DeCare needed. White flag in the air one more time around for the Tampa, Florida, number 41.
Well, look at Todd coming back. He let her all hang out and actually closed them on the straightaway. But for the second straight time here on Home Track Heroes, we're going to watch Tampa, Florida's Troy DeCare get the victory on a last lap-ish pass in the 41.
Yeah, that was a crazy move from Troy DeCare. Just was able to use the pick from Seidelman enough to get that move going down the front straightaway as we're going to go down. And Greg Palin's going to catch up with our top 3 one more time.
Such an exciting race on the 22nd. You took the victory then tonight. I don't know that I've seen more excitement in some of those restarts. You were going 3 wide into turn number 1. Very exciting. And that move that you had coming down towards the very end, just amazing to watch you work.
I appreciate it. Before we do any of this, I travel from the south, and we haven't been closed down that long, and I know you guys have been closed down, and it's badass to see this many fans show up and support local short track racing. I get the privilege to race all over the country. I was in Michigan last week and South Carolina the week before that, and we ain't had a packed house like this anywhere in the country. I can't tell you how much it means to us that y'all come out and support us and give us a place to play.
So, Troy, tell us a little bit. So you're coming out from Tampa, Florida, and you said that you're all over the country. What kind of exhaustion level goes into you traveling that far to come out here?
I put some of that on myself because I refuse to sleep. Mike tried to get me to go to bed last night at like 10 o'clock, and I'm a pain in the ass, so I don't do that. But, no, it's a lot better than digging a ditch, right? So, I get to go around and play with race cars and call it my job, and that's pretty cool. So, again, I couldn't be able to race if it wasn't for, places like Evergreen Speedway, fans like y'all, car owners like Mike, and the great people he has with him, Jake, Chachi there, everybody who comes out and helps. I get to fly in and look cool for a few laps, and luckily it worked out for me tonight.
Anybody you need to thank for having that car out here tonight?
Yeah, just like I said, Mike and First Line, him and Kim for believing in me, and like I said, bringing me all the way out here from Florida to drive their race car. There's a lot of damn good races around this area they can put in that race car, and for them to think enough of me to put me in it makes me, real proud, and I feel blessed to be a part of that. And his stepson Jake there, he's the one who reached out to me on Facebook, put that deal together, and 2 years ago, and they're a family, a group of friends that turned into a family, and I'm just really thankful to be a part of that. And everybody here treats me real good, all these other racers, and I look forward to coming back, and I put a lot more effort in this year to race some more races so we can knock down that Rory, because I know how much it means to their family.
Are we going to see you out here on July 3rd?
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks, and then I think I'll be back for the Rory, and then I think we head to the West Coast. So I know I got at least 2 more out here this year, and hopefully I can come to all of them, but I'm thankful for the ones I do get to. This is a really cool place to race, and you guys do a hell of a job putting on a good show.
Todd, you had such a great move to get out there in the lead. Maybe that restart just hurt just a little bit as we saw the very end. One of the more exciting finishes I think we've seen out here, but unfortunately didn't go your way.
Yeah, we were pretty close there. I knew Troy was going to go down low, and I just tried to protect it, and he just went a little lower than expected. And finish second to Troy is not a bad deal. He's one of the best guys in the country, so we'll take it.
Tell us who you need to thank for being out here tonight.
Evergreen Speedway, all the fans, Brian Rex at Fleet Service, Cascade Collision, and Carolina Smoke Barbecue in Bothell.
A little bit uneasy after that race, huh?
Yeah, we had quite a handful. We had a pretty good car earlier, and I think we just went out with just a tick too much stagger. I was trying to overdrive the car a bit, trying to get in there. I was telling myself in my head to dig, but did the best we could. I think we were okay, but just wasn't our night.
So you were the 2020 champion. Great finish tonight, 3rd place. Tell us what this 3rd place means to you tonight as you head towards the final of the 2021 season.
It means I have 2 more spots to work on really hard, honestly. So we qualified, just a 10th behind quick time, but it put us to 5th. So we gotta work on a little bit, but we got a pretty good car, and it's a pretty solid finish. We got a 2nd and a 3rd now, so we're off to a pretty good start. But Troy's coming from 2 wins now, so we gotta work a little harder.
Randy, tell us who you need to thank for being out here tonight.
Oh, I need to thank Geico and RJD Construction and my buddy Michael Newman with First Line Systems.
Well, Greg Pyland, great job tonight. If you liked the sprint car race, and I don't see any reason, Kyler Hope, why you wouldn't like the sprint car race, we're doing it again. Your chance to be in the stands, not watching them on picture, but smelling the methanol, feeling the rumble of the engines is coming up. Saturday, July 3rd. The Granite Super Sprint Car Series are back. Focus Midgets are back, too, in a pretty action-packed, open-wheel-esque card. So make your plans to be with us at Evergreen Speedway coming up Saturday, July 3rd for these Granite Super Sprints once again.
Yeah, so next Saturday, open-wheel action all over the place. And then also Sunday, we got the 4th of July birthday bash. We got Mr. Dizzy in the house.
That's
It's going to be
right.
awesome to have him back. He's got some great stuff planned. You're going to want to be here for that. Bump to pass both days. It's got boats, buses, fireworks on Sunday.
Wait, are we going to have boats and buses?
We could. That's a possibility.
Because we've seen that before, and it's about as much fun as you could think it would be.
Yeah, so
Right.
if you need some plans for next weekend, July 3rd, we got some sprint cars, some open wheel stuff, and then we got the Carnage Fest the next day. It's going to be definitely a weekend to come out to Evergreen Speedway, and then you can relive it the next week on CW11, which next week you will be able to watch. It is the Galloway Shootout, the 100-lapper pro late models. First time on the 5/8 track that you'll be able to see on CW11. Going to be a good show.
It's going to be fun. If you haven't seen late models on the 5/8s, they scream around that place as well, and don't get to use the big track all that much, but when we do, it's a fun time.
Yep, so thank you so much for joining us here on CW11 Home Track Heroes. My name is Kyler Hope. That was Caleb Hart next to me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.